Howdy folks, welcome back to Archean. I've made it back to base and we've got some aluminum. We're ready to get the electrolyzer set up and finally be able to craft pretty much everything right here at the base. Other than, uranium and some lead and stuff that we haven't quite found yet as far as materials go. But all the basics we'll be able to craft after we get the electrolyzer going up. I won't have to craft the plastic in my suit anymore. So let's get started. I've already ran some pipe over to some junctions, and I've got them color coded for hydrogen and oxygen. So let's get the electrolyzer set up. Pop out of drone mode. The pipe's a little janky, but I want to make sure this works first, because I've had some trouble with these junctions occasionally not working as expected. But we'll see how it goes. So I've made 2 tanks. And I plan to have them sit one block back from the junction. Like that. Not sure why my frame rate's stuttery all of a sudden. I've had some crashing issues, so I've actually downgraded my graphics drivers. See if that helps. I had to restore from backup. Luckily, I'm keeping backups of my own. I really hope this is going to work. We'll see. We'll see if this works as expected. All right, so that's the tanks hooked up. Then we can get the electrolyzer and see those come out. So we'll put you right here. Turn on jetpack here. And then these are color coded, as you can see. So we're just going to use the color. So yellow is going to go over to yellow. You come over like that, and then over to here, and then into the yellow. Then you're going to come out and over to here. You can use your scroll wheel. It'll do like an alternate pathfinding if it has an alternate. Can make it look a little better sometimes. Okay, so in theory that will fill the tanks and feed the crafter. Like I said, I've had some weird stuff with those junctions, so we'll see if we can get it to work. And then we need some power. So let's come off of, let's go down. Let's just go from here. Doesn't have to exactly follow the contours, but it looks a little nicer if it does. All right, into there. Now we need some input, so we have to bring water into this. So we do that with a fluid port. So we need to put this in the water, naturally enough. So let's just suck in some of this radiation water here. It should be great. Do I need it that way? Yeah, there. Then we're going to bring the pipe right up the pier there. Flip that over for the alternate routing, and then we'll just bring it right over into here. I don't really want that in the inside the electrical cable. That's a little goofy. I think that'll work. Okay, so we have that coming in. We have it going out to the tanks. And we need a switch to turn these on. So you can see those are empty. So let's just wire up a toggle real quick. I think I'll make a little control stand here. Do that with our concrete. Oops. Oh. We'll get the mouse figured out. Did I make these 4 high? I've been making those 4 high, so let's be consistent. There we go. And do I have a toggle switch? Might have to make one of those. Nope, I've got a toggle button right there. Hold shift so it'll snap to the alternate face. Let's get that wired in there. And then in theory, if I hit V on here and then I can drag this up a bit and I can click back into the game. And I was afraid of that. I'm going to have to fiddle around with this and get it to work. I think I might need to have the water come in here. And then it would feed the tank and the crafter. Possibly. Alright, I'm going to replumb this and get it to work, and then I'll be back. Okay, it's at least filling the tanks now. Let me turn that off. Oops, wrong button. So that's off now. And let's see if we can draw from the tanks to craft something. So I should be able to come over here now and craft plastic, in theory. Parts. Oops. And plastic. Craft. Okay, and it sees the tank. It actually sees the tanks, even though they're not hooked in. Like if I run data ports over there, it would know how much it has. That does seem to work. Can I just craft like, say, 100 plastic? Yeah. Okay, great. That's working as expected. I just need to get the, if I hook the data up to this, what's this called, a router? Yeah, to the mini router. And then if I name these tanks, let's take a look in the code. It wants to be named tank underscore and then O2 and H2. All right, got it. So, and I did it after the suit colors. Oxygen is the blue. All right, that's what I thought. So this one needs to be called tank underscore O2. Then this guy is tank underscore H2. Then we just need to run data cables from this mini router over here. So we'll take this guy. Run across. Not super happy with that. I don't like stuff running through each other. I know it doesn't matter, but it bothers me. Hey, look, I can see the H2 tank now. Excellent. Where are you? All right, we'll just come down through here. Along through there and then into that tank. Now it should be able to see, yeah, now it sees both tanks and it knows how much it has. All right, cool. I like it. Now we can craft plastic as needed and we don't have to worry about it. I've got tons of plastic because I made a bunch of my suit. And you can see we got 794 aluminum from that little run over there. And I only let it drill for about, let's say, half an hour. Went and did some stuff and then came back. And then drove back to base. And I made some updates to the trailer. You might have noticed. I rearranged the wheels a bit and the spacing, and I used these smaller wheels. It's a lot more stable now, pulling it along. And then I also added a switch so we can pass through power through the hitch if we want to. Right now I've got it turned off, so the solar panels on the trailer are charging the trailer, and The ones on the truck are charging the truck. I had this plugged into the base. I went ahead and added some charge ports to the truck as well. But it was sucking up all the juice. And I want to get the base recharged because we're not super full. We're at 44%. I'm thinking about building one or possibly two more of these. Like along the beach, and then running cables over. Ooh, that looks ugly. And have them tie in. Just so we can keep this base topped up a little better. Because we're going to be doing a lot of crafting and building, so I want to have lots of power. There you go. There is electrolyzer. I am super happy with that setup. Doesn't look too bad. And we've got... Yeah, we might as well let this run. So if I let that run... It still has enough excess power that it's charging it a bit. Is there a percentage? Volume capacity? Not really. The gas is super light, of course. Oh no, there is a percentage down at the bottom. I see it. So I'll let that run for just a bit and get the tanks filled. Because eventually we'll want these tanks, like maybe to top off smaller tanks for rockets and stuff. We'll see. When we go to space, we might need to have a whole farm of this stuff making fuel. We'll see how it goes. But I think that'll do it for this episode. I'm going to do a little work around the base. Probably get some more power coming in. And then we'll see what's next. Thanks as always for watching. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.